Okay, so today I'm going to be working on my Samsung stove, and what I'm going to be doing is replacing the fan motor in the back there. What I'm experiencing now is my stove is giving me uneven like cooking temperatures, and what's happening also is things are taking longer to cook than usual, and I started smelling like a burning smell coming from the motor back there. The motor isn't seized from what I can tell because I was able to spin the fan blades with my hand, but it's not turning on at all. So I'm just going to assume the motor's dead in it. I hope that's what it is, because if it's not, then it's more than likely the control board, and that's something else that I have to figure out later. And control boards can get pretty expensive. I've seen them online for, I don't know, 150 bucks or something like that. So we're gonna see. I got a new motor. I got it from Amazon. It seems to be the same type of motor. That's what it looks like. This was 20 bucks. So I'm gonna try to fix this first, and hopefully this fixes it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the two racks, and then there's that cover of the fan cover. It's two screws. There's one at the top, as you can see right there. And there's also one at the bottom. And then once I remove those, I'm gonna come around back and then remove this back panel. And this is pretty simple. It's, let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. And this will just pull out and I'll gain access to the back. So let me go ahead and zip these out. I have a Phillips screwdriver. I have my drill actually, and I'll move out the cover, which is also Phillips. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that real fast, and I will pick it up after that. Okay, so I already got the cover off, and I got the back cover off as well. So now I'm gonna remove the fan, the blades. In the center, it's a little like nut. It's 9 millimeters. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. And once I remove that, I'm going to go around back. And here's the inner workings of the stove. This is the plate that I took off, the cover. So once I remove that, the nut, I'm gonna take the fan blades off. And I believe there's gonna be like a spacer on the shaft there. That's what I was kind of reading online. But once I have that off, I'm gonna remove these 3 screws. That way I can pull the whole assembly out. Let me go ahead and disconnect this. Okay. And once I pull all that off, I'm gonna have to reuse this bracket because all I bought was the motor itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real fast, and we'll continue after that. All right, so I have the fan motor assembly out. Here's the old one, and here's the new one. I have to transfer this plate to here. This was like a spacer. It kind of just sat like that. And then this is your cap nut. And this goes onto here. And this is what holds it all together. So I'll be honest with you, I just broke this. The shaft broke up one side of it, as you can see. So I'm gonna go to Lowe's and see if I can find something that'll thread onto that. It's real small. Only thing I'm worried about is this there's a flat side to it. So I hope it's not a problem, but we'll see what happens. If I can't find it at Lowe's, they sell this on Amazon, this piece for 11 bucks. But the problem is it won't be here till Friday. So, and it's Sunday. So I'm gonna go to Lowe's and see what I find. And, but yeah, just more information. I'm gonna transfer this to this, and then I'm gonna see if I can find a nut at the hardware store, and we'll kind of just go from there, okay? One other thing I forgot to mention, if you look close, you see this little like washer cover thing. We also have to reuse that. So this comes off. As you can see, there's like a retaining clip that we're gonna have to pull off. The new motor already has the retaining clip, and the only reason I'm pulling the old one off is just to get the bracket off. You can buy the whole motor assembly like this, the way it comes, but it's like way more expensive. So I'm just gonna take some needle nose pliers and the little horseshoe clip. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it off and take the cover off and switch them over. All right, so here's the bracket replaced onto the new motor. One thing I wanted to mention that I didn't realize is there's actually a third screw here. So there's 1, 2, and then 3, but the third one actually has a nut on it. So right here. So all I did was loosen it up, and then once I did all 3 screws, I swapped it over from here to here, put everything back, tighten everything up. Don't forget your little cap, and then put your blade back. Or we'll put it in like this into the back. We'll put our shaft back over it, or our spacer rather, put our fan, and then get our nut back on it. So let me go ahead and throw this back in here, and I'll show you what it's like when it's done. Okay, so here is it back together. All I did was push the fan back into its place and secure it to the back. And then I put the back housing back on the back of the stove. Then I put my fan back, or I put my shaft, and then I put my fan, and I had to buy a nut online. Lowe's actually didn't have anything I needed. I had to wait about 5 days for the nut to come in. It was 11 bucks. And what I'll do is in the description, I'll put everything I bought from Amazon. I have no affiliation with those people. It cost me about 60 bucks. The motor was 20. I bought a new fan blade just because it was 20 bucks. I said, hell, might as well. And then the nut was about 11 bucks. So I guess I spent about 50 or $55 with not shipping, but tax and all that. But honestly, it's pretty simple to do. The only thing I would say is whenever you're messing and trying to loosen up the nut on that, the nut is reverse threaded, which I had no idea was even a thing. So normally when you want to unscrew something, you turn it to counterclockwise and it comes out. Well, whenever you try to turn that nut counterclockwise, what you're really doing is tightening it. So when I took my drill and I was loosening it, I was actually making it tighter, and that's what snapped. That's how I snapped it. So just word to the wise, these things are reverse threaded. If it's not coming out easily, don't force it, because you'll be stuck in the same position I am. So what I did was I went ahead and reinstalled it, put the housing and stuff back, and I tested this off camera, and the motor started spitting immediately. So before, the fan motor wasn't spitting at all, and it was giving me like a burning smell. So that fixed my problem. That's cheaper than buying a $900 oven. So 50 bucks, not too bad. I hope this helps somebody out there. Again, my name is Chris. I'm the DIY technician. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and leave some comments and subscribe. All right, guys, take care.